Hello, YouTube. It is March 8th. Took me a second there. Almost forgot what day it was. Uh, so just got home from work. And so I'd go ahead and turn the camera on. Check out the plants a little bit. I'm going to have to do some moving around here, I'm pretty sure. Uh, as far as what's getting shade, what's not getting shade, and which should be. So there'll be some stuff going on with that, but that'll be a little bit later. So one thing I have found as far as doing daily videos, like I've been for the last week, there's been a few times already, and today's no exception, where I'll have an idea for what I want to essentially talk about or film, or basically what I want to share, right? And towards the end of the day or during the day or something at some point happens to where all of a sudden I know what I'm supposed to be talking about, I guess you could say, if that makes any sense to anybody. And today's going to be patience. And that's something I deal with on a pretty frequent basis. I am not the most patient person in the world by any stretch of the imagination. So, as far as patience go, specifically when it comes to gardening, I shouldn't even say when it comes to gardening. When it comes to pursuing the lifestyle that we're shooting for here, this little path we've embarked on. Well, look, there's a little hummingbird. I don't know if got that in camera in time or not, but anyway, got distracted. So patience. Now, there's various areas that we could talk about. Like, for example, something as simple as starting seeds. And this has already happened to me a few times. And by the way, this back here is by and large the most extensive garden I've ever had. I am by no means an expert at this stuff. I am still at my very beginning stages, just learning how to do this stuff, okay? But you start seeds, and what happened to me at first was I had some, like, germinate really fast, just really quick germination. Saw results, within days. And of course, it was great, it was amazing, I was excited. And then, since then, I've actually had stuff that took weeks and nothing. And of course, started getting impatient with it. Luckily, I let it keep going and finally got the result, but of course, I didn't have the patience for that. And then, even once they have germinated and they start sprouting and they start getting bigger, and days and weeks go on, and sometimes you've got stuff that takes a while. Like, I found out when I started doing this stuff that rosemary apparently can take 6 to 12 months to mature. I had no idea. So it's going to take some patience there. Definitely take some patience there. When it comes to, harvesting stuff, waiting for it to ripen, it's going to take some patience. The biggest area, though, for me anyway, comes with not this, or even from starting to getting to this point, but where I see myself eventually actually having property and having a farm built and having the patience, because that's going to take time. And even once I reach a point to where I'm able to acquire property, which, I mean, again, we're talking, our estimate's going to be at least a good couple of years. It's going to take 5 to 10 years to build a even respectable farm for the level of, my vision, okay? But I want it now. I want it right now. Well, that means I would have had to have started this 5, 10 years ago. But that's okay. Just have patience. Don't let where you want to be distract you from getting there. And here's the other thing that I've found over the years is where you want to be and where you're supposed to be may not necessarily be the same thing. And you may get to a point to where you take your time, you do what needs to be done, you do it right, and you end up where you're supposed to be. And then at that point you realize, well, this is actually where you want to be. So that's one thing to try to keep in mind. If you start getting impatient, you start getting down, your goal of owning a farm and being self-sustaining and having a homestead, raising chickens and maybe some sort of a dairy animal and having a large garden, maybe even having orchards, seems so far away. It's out of reach. Right now, maybe it is. It is for me, but it doesn't mean it will always be out of reach. All right, we got to take this in steps. All right, do it right, and because I can tell you right now, if I had a full-on farm right now, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd have no clue. And I'm pretty sure once I even get to that point, I probably still won't have a clue as to what I'm doing. I'll have a clue as far as, obviously I'll know how to do certain things, a lot of things. But that doesn't mean I'm always going to know what I'm doing. But by then I should have, hopefully, the idea anyway, is enough experience and enough knowledge that when something comes my way that I've not handled before, I'll be able to. Even if I don't actually know what I'm doing, I'll be able to figure it out. That's really about it for today. I just wanted to bring that up. Like I said, I think that's what I was supposed to talk about today. Maybe that was just something that was on my chest and I needed to get out. Maybe it's something I just needed to hear. But hopefully there's some of you out there that are just starting like I am here, and you're reaching that point and you need to hear it too. So here it is. So we've got quite a bit of plans. I've got quite a few plans that I'm hoping to get started sometime this week, but we'll address that when it's closer. In the meantime, I think that'll do it for us. So thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.